Today, I would like to do a deep dive into the ongoing issues surrounding peer support specialist certification and the Connecticut Alcoholism Counselor Certification Board. Wait, that is what they were called in 1983. I meant to say, the Connecticut Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Counselor Certification Board. No, that's not right either. That is what they called themselves in the 1990s. What I really meant to say is the Connecticut Certification Board. While it is true that the shorter name does allow for the idea they have become more broad in their mission, including wider variety of professionals beyond substance abuse, is that an accurate assumption? Let's look at the Connecticut Certification Board's latest IRS, Form 990, and see what it says when asked to briefly describe the organization's mission or most significant activities. For fiscal year ending June 2024, it reads, to establish standards and process for credentialing, certifying substance abuse counselors, and prevention professionals within the state of Connecticut. To some peers, this statement seems a little out of date. After all, the CCB has been angling to become the sole peer support certification body in Connecticut for the last few years. Peer support specialists in our state come not only from lived experience with addiction and substance abuse challenges, but from years of mental health challenges as well. Many of us thought the CCB would adjust their mission statement to reflect those with lived experiences with the mental health side. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps their Form 990 auto-filled the mission statement from prior filing information. Let's look at their website, which is current, and look for their mission statement there. Okay, let's go to the About Us section and... well, that's not good. It still reads, our mission. Quote, protecting the public through competency-based credentialing, training, and promoting ethical practice by SUD professionals. End quote. For the record, SUD refers to substance use disorder. So even though the CCB wants to use peers previously certified elsewhere as their new profit center, the mental health experienced peers do not seem to be valued enough to appear in any CCB mission statement anywhere. So what led the CCB to become interested in the mental health side of peer support? For years, the Connecticut Certification Board has had issues with their finances. The simple truth is more people using them to certify for their peer support role, the more revenue they will generate. For the fiscal year ending June 2017, the CCB shows a deficit of $1,290, with compensation of $82,000 going to its executive director. This compensation is just under 29% of their annual budget for that year. For the fiscal year ending June 20th, 24, the CCB shows a deficit of $37,415, with compensation of $95,882 going to its executive director. This compensation is just under 32% of their annual budget for that year. Question: if I were to tell you that since 2017 the CCB has had a shortfall of over $151,000, do you think it is responsible for one person in that organization to walk away with almost a third of their revenue as his personal income? Other than budget shortfalls and questionable compensation practices that knowingly put their organization in the red, is there any other irresponsible behavior in the CCB's history? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. I would encourage you to go to the Connecticut Secretary of State's website and visit the business search section. Enter Connecticut Certification Board. What you will see is a series of annual reports. As their name would suggest, they are to be filed annually. In 2006, the CCB filed its annual reports for 2001 through 2006, meaning that one annual report was filed 5 years late. In 2018, reports from 2007 through 2018 were filed, which represents 11 years of unfiled reports. Even though they have cleaned up their act, this history does not build confidence. What can happen to a business or corporation if you do not file your annual report? You can lose your good standing. Your business will no longer be in good standing, which can affect your ability to secure financing, bid on contracts, or conduct other business activities that require a certificate of legal existence. Your business can be dissolved. If you don't file the report within a year of the due date, your business can be administratively dissolved, meaning it is no longer a legal entity in Connecticut. Once dissolved, your business name is no longer protected and can be taken by another company. It can also interfere with your inability to operate. You will be unable to conduct new business activities or renew licenses. Some people might ask, why should we care about any of this? The fact is, peer support services started in Connecticut in 2009. Since that time, we have never had a proper certification. The whole exercise of the new training requirements, the grandparenting process, the new credential, all of it was being done with the idea it would help secure the future of peer support in our state. What we have gotten is a credential that is not nationally recognized like the CPRS. We were told peer support specialists in good standing and current with their CEUs would be allowed to take the test for the new credential. On October 21st, peers who simply signed up for the test received the new credential without ever taking the test and without ever producing proof of continuing education. We were told that this process would make us more professional, and the process itself cannot be described as such. We are being led down the rabbit hole by an organization riddled with mismanagement and an unsustainable way of doing business. Demas, in their infinite wisdom, has made this organization. The CCB our only option, so they can keep on limping along while Demas does all this to check off a box. People like Elsa Ward and Commissioner Navarrete keep pushing the line that this is all being done to make peer support more professional. What they fail to realize is that no professional would have tolerated the last 3 years of constant changes and confusion that we have endured. I hope you have learned a little bit more about why peers in the community are so concerned about their futures. You are invited to share this video as you see fit. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.